mom was very good at what she did. Very good. And, I mean, there were people that came to her just because it was her. Now, like today's beauty salons, you walk in and whoever's available will take care of you. Well, no, my mom had her customers. Okay. Ladies would come in and get their hair done and the different processes I saw early on from an early age, you know. And I used to think that I would want to be a hairdresser, as we called it back then, because of my exposure to what my mother and Miss Isabel did. I used to ask her. That was the only time I think I ever remember asking her about, you know, money and so forth. And I said, why do you have to give all that to Miss Isabel? And she said, well, that's just the way, you know, we do business. So I don't know if it was partially booth rent or, you know, however they did it back in those days, or percentage of business that my mom did. I think in later years they put a little porch on the front of the building, sort of like a waiting area for clients. And then inside there were two stations, my mom's station and Miss Isabel's station. And then in the room behind that was the area where you had the sinks and the actual hair dryers.
I wonder if you remember any favorite hairstyles at the time your mom was working.
Oh, gosh, the finger waves. You know, they'd come back and gone out and come back again. Finger waves and, you know, I'm trying to think, well, James Brown and those of his ilk would do the processing, you know, yes. Where they slick the hair, which is the common day perm for black women. I'm sure there were very, you know, just a few churches in the area, so the socialization and community was very, very small. So everybody kind of knew everybody. You know, if you were to go, I mean, I go to a salon that's pretty local, and the ladies there, we get into some of the most interesting conversations. So I'm sure those days that was probably the same thing.